Good morning, Magpies. I hope you're all doing well. So breaking news coming from Newcastle United this morning. Both Jonjo Shelvey and Matt Richie have both signed 3-year contract extensions at the football club until the end of the 2022-2023 season. So that is 3 years of Jonjo Shelvey and Matt Richie. And I have to say, from a Newcastle fan's point of view, I'm absolutely delighted. I'm chuffed that they've both signed because they're both really good players at the football club and they both care about Newcastle United when they put on that black and white shirt. And of course, they've both been here for a good 3-4 years and they know what it's like to play for Newcastle United, and they do give their absolute all. Now, of course, I'll start off with Jonjo Shelvey. He is currently 28-year-old. He is an England international, so to keep him on board for the next 3 years is absolutely fantastic. And obviously, he's been through the bad times as well in the Championship when we got relegated. He first signed for the club back in 2016, and as you can see on the right-hand side, he said along the lines of he's happy to still be here. He calls it his home. He's glad just to be, giving his absolute all for the club, and that's what he wants to do. He wants to keep making memories, and he loves playing in front of the fans, which is the most important thing. And Jonjo Shelvey, in my opinion, he is a hard worker. He's a great player. Yes, all players have their ups and downs, but if you look at the way Shelvey plays, he offers a bit of quality which we're actually lacking that midfield, and when he's injured, we do miss him. We'll miss his presence because those Hollywood balls that he likes to spray, and he likes to bring others into play as well. And he's got a good brain about him, when he's on his game, and he does, like I say, give his absolute all in a black and white shirt. And like I say, when he's not on the side, we do miss his quality. We do miss what he has to offer. And like I said before, he's played for the likes of Liverpool, Blackpool. He's played for England, so he's got that experience. And when you're in the Premier League like us, and when you're battling, towards the middle, bottom end of the league, you need that experience, and he sort of offers that. And if we didn't have that, then, like I say, it wouldn't be where we are in the league. Next up, obviously, we've got Matt Richie signing until the end of 2023 as well. Again, for me, he's the next in line for captaincy. If it wasn't for Jamal Lascelles being so good at what he does, for me, Matt Richie is captain material. Absolutely fantastic. It just says a lot about our football club, how big it is, and how, we've got the potential to go forward and getting them European spots when the likes of Matt Richie are dropping down from Bournemouth. When they got promoted to the Premier League, he could have stayed with them, but he didn't. He signed for Newcastle. He sees the project at Newcastle that he actually wants to achieve something. Of course, he hasn't won a trophy as of yet domestically. Yes, he's won the Championship, but Matt Richie, what you'll get from him is passion, hard work, a great attitude. And when you're not putting in a shift, he will shout, he'll bark out instructions, and he'll put his body on the line for the club. And that's what you expect, from a footballer, just to give their absolute all. And like he said, he likes to play in front of the fans. He's happy to be here. He just wants to keep, working hard. It's his home. And they've both made themselves at home at the football club. That's the main thing. We want players who are settled, who want to be here, who want to give their all. And, I've seen games this season and seasons gone by when Matt Ritchie's been in the side and the players haven't given their absolute all, and he's come out and he's been brutal. And I like that. I like when players can come out and be brutal in their assessments of games. And these are the two sort of players that you need at the football club. I mean, Jonjo Shelvey and Matt Richie would play in any Premier League side. They both slot straight in. And it's just great that they've both committed their futures to the club, for the next 3 years. Let's just hope that the hierarchy have a change in attitude and that they actually allow these players to sort of win something at the club. I'm not saying we'd demand to win something, but allow it to climb up the league, at least. And this season we've done well in the FA Cup, but can we do that more seasons with these in the side? Because obviously there's got to be a long-term vision if both Matt Richie and Jonjo Shelvey have committed themselves, to the club for the next 3 years, because they're very good players. Of course, Jonjo Shelvey and Matt Richie are both in their peak now, and this is where they need to start delivering and winning things. Hopefully that's at Newcastle, but they're coming towards their end of their careers now, where they can't look back and they just have to keep moving forward, and that's what you've got to do as any footballer. But at the end of the day, I've enjoyed having Jonjo Shelvey and Matt Richie at the football club. I've never really had a bad word to say about them both. I think they've always gave their all, and when they haven't played so well, they've always been honest in their reviews of games as well. So that's what you like to see. And obviously Jamal Lascelles, if it wasn't for him being captain, I would definitely give it to Matt Richie, if not Jonjo Shelvey, because they're the next two in line, in my opinion. So, fantastic news. It's great that we've got something to shout about, and we're having a good game against West Brom and getting through to the quarters. If that wasn't good news enough, this is fantastic news. So, it's been a good week to be a Newcastle fan, and hopefully we can cap that off with a win, or if not, a draw down at Southampton away. That would be a really good week for the club. And yeah, like, things can only get better now. Hopefully we can start picking up the results, stay positive, and keep away from that relegation zone and look to next season as well. So yeah, let me know your comments down below, what you thought and what you think about Jonjo, Shelvey and Matt Richie signing contracts. Of course, Steve Bruce will be happy about that, and why wouldn't you be, you know, when you've got two players of their quality at the football club and what they can offer on a game-by-game basis. Now, if you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to go along and subscribe, hit the thumbs up, do us a massive favour, and yes, please watch my match preview as well for Southampton. That's already up. It's doing really well. So thank you very much for your support on that. And thank you very much for sticking the like button on the video as well. Just because it just goes to show you love the content. So yeah, I hope you have a great weekend. If you're going down to Southampton, like as I've said before, safe journey, and let us know your comments down below. How are the lads? See you later.